Join us every Wednesday for In Focus, a weekly talk show produced by the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, where we provide exclusives with key persons within the government and discuss pertinent, relevant, and interesting matters that affect us all. Tune in every Wednesday, live on ZIZ Radio and streamed live on Facebook at SKNIS Media and ZIZ Online. In Focus, your government, your business.
Tune in for Policing with You, a half-hour radio program every Thursday morning at 9:15 on ZIZ Radio. Join host as he focuses on crime, factors contributing to criminal activity, crime prevention, and how the community can assist the police in reducing crime. It's Policing with You every Thursday morning at 9:15 on ZIZ Radio. Join us.
Out of here, Culturama. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51, yeah. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51. Division pride, second to none. Culturama 51. Join us for the Caribbean's greatest summer lime, July 24th to August 5th. Lovely compliment. Let's go. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51, yeah. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51, yeah.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555. Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis, and welcome to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius, and thank you so much for joining me on the program for today, Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. Today we are joined by Mr. Calvin St. Joss, Executive Chairman of the Citizenship by Investment Unit here in St. Kitts and Nevis. He's here to shed light on the newly approved public benefit option, the Client Referrals Affordable Homes Project. And this initiative is part of broader efforts to deliver real, tangible benefits to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis through the Citizenship by Investment program. As we know, with housing costs on the rise and a growing demand for affordable housing, the project promises to be a game changer for many citizens here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Mr. St. Just, good morning and welcome to the studios of ZIZ Radio. Thank you for joining us.
Wonderful, Mr. Cornelius. Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate being here. Obviously, both feet in St. Kitts and Nevis, and I'm excited for this discussion.
Awesome. So let's jump right into the conversation for today. What can you tell us about the newly announced affordable housing project, and what are the goals? What does it intend to achieve?
Sure. So let me step back and share a little bit about this specific program option that we have here at the Citizenship by Investment Program. You know, as you would have recall or have seen in various media, St. Kitts and Nevis, we went through a significant reform in regards to how do we ensure our Citizenship by Investment Program, in acronym CBI, maintains that level of integrity, maintains that level of transparency, but most importantly, the benefit to our citizens and St. Kitts and Nevis here. And so, as part of the transformation, the government, under the leadership of the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, made a very bold decision for St. Kitts and Nevis to be the first country to be a sustainable island state. And that's a very bold statement. Mm-hmm. And anything where it comes a statement, you have to have actions with it. And so as part of that, the transformation of the Citizenship by Investment Program was to ensure that there is an element within the program where the investment from these high net worth individuals contribute to the lives of individuals here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so coming out of that, we partnered with a leading CBI agency, and which is called Client Referral. Mm-hmm. And again, I think there has been, I call it, many nuggets, whether real or unreal, around what the whole aspect of this new public benefit option is. So let me just give a little education on how this came about, and then I'll share a bit further on it. So historically, our program has been one where there has been an element of investors raising capital, leveraging our Citizenship by Investment Program, that being one of the leading revenue stream here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so when I came on board, we began looking at, along with the Board of Governors and our executive team in partnership with the government, around ways we can not only have investors raise the capital and at the tail end begin the development, but how can we ensure that the development begins immediately? Mm-hmm. And this is one of, I would say, the paradigm shift that is important, where this public benefit option initiative is where the capital has already been raised and construction has already begun. And this aligns truly in when we began the architect of a public benefit option, was that the funds coming in via this program must touch the lives of St. Kitts and Nevis. And I think sometimes, many of us who sits in various seats, we may use aspirations around how wonderful the program is, how extensive the revenue is. But the individual in St. Kitts and Nevis must feel it. And this is, I would say, a premier aspect of being able to offer citizens here in St. Kitts and Nevis the opportunity to have a home that they can classify as their own, affordable home. Mm-hmm. And the aspect even further, providing economic activities, because this fund has now been transitioned to our National Housing Corporation, who will then be procuring local contractors to help build this home and do various activities for the construction, who will also be leveraging local individual citizens here in St. Kitts and Nevis to build the home. So this truly is what we classify as a true public benefit option to obviously impact the lives of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Tell us about how the initiative aligns with the public benefit option, and then we'd also like to look at how the homes will be constructed.
Sure. So as part of our program, we have really, I would say 4 options, and they're on the 2 themes. One is what we call a contribution. So very high net worth individuals who wish to secure an alternative citizenship seeks these various programs, which is beneficial for them in a number of different ways. And so we offer the aspect of a contribution aspect, and that's aligned to a Sustainable Island State contribution section. And then there's the other aspect of real estate. The individual who wish to participate in the program has the option to invest, whether they wish to purchase a luxurious home at a certain price point, and this allows them the opportunity to become citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis. And then the other major piece, I would say, is really this public benefit option. And then this really is almost a subcomponent of our donation sector. And the way it works, sort of, I would call it a CBI 101. An investor will invest in an amount of $250,000 and it depends on the extent of the family to pay additional more. And that fund, that actual amount, goes directly towards that public benefit option. And so it's a little bit different because now we at the Citizenship by Investment program, we have oversight of this entire process. And with the advent of us becoming a statutory corporation, we function just like a regular business where we need to see every aspect of this development to be completed. We need to ensure not only that the funds are here, but that we can see the milestone and that actual citizens are actually benefiting of it. So this of the other four, or I should say 5 now, public benefit option we have, and obviously I do have to mention the other areas of public benefit option that we have currently. So we have as a total now of 5 public benefit options. The first one, really, you would have heard of the Creative Arts Center. The Creative Arts Center really is something that has been in discussion for many, many, many years. And here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have a number of creative individuals, so individuals like yourself and folks who have that skill. And we wanted to give them the opportunity that they can now have a place that they can truly demonstrate that artistry. And so that's one of the public benefit options, and that in and of itself is moving along with the understanding that we are hoping to have some quick breaking of grounds, I would say, in short order. The second one is a critical one that touches on our tourism aspect, as many of us would have traveled in our RLB airport. We see there is a need to expand and develop and renovate that area. So we have a second public benefit option that is primarily for the design. And I have to double click on that. It's right now we have it for the design, and that is from a design perspective. And then eventually, once they've completed the design and along with our CASPER agreement, then we will begin the procurement of a construction company to support the actual expansion. I think there has been various views on that. The third one that we have is our education aspect. Very important and has been, I would say, a hallmark primarily both from the government, but double-clicking from the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Jeffrey Hanley, who has really been a driver on ensuring that we have a place for our students, but even more so, I say, our future leaders, to ensure that they can have an opportunity in an environment, in a state-of-the-art environment, from a learning perspective and a continuous learning. And so that's our Bastia High School. And I'm happy to say, we are now at a point in time where we can comfortably indicate that number of procurement, and you would have probably seen the aspect of various groundbreaking and movement happening. And so that in of itself, again, another initiative under the public benefit option has started. And then we have a Marriott. And actually, I think I would say it's more of a partner with St. Kitts and Nevis, who Marriott we have as a public benefit option, who many may not be aware of in terms of their support, providing desalination aspect to the various area over the Frigate Bay, providing scholarships to individuals, being one of our largest employer that supports in many different ways that sometimes we just see the name Marriott and assume from a hospitality perspective, but the undertone of what they have done for St. Kitts and Nevis is beyond the hospitality, and so truly giving them that opportunity. And so then we now get to the housing aspect, and I'll step back and say, even personally, that this is something I'm truly happy for, because sometimes, as I say, we sit in various seats, we don't know where individuals may have come from. And me personally had coming from a single mother where you rent, and the income was not enough. And when you have an opportunity for a family who would have worked for their time and being able to afford a home, it changes one life. It changes the aspect of now having to contribute, and it goes generation to generation. And I'm proud being sort of sitting in the chair as the executive chairman under this program, to be able to say this is something we are able to provide to citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. St. Just. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge. Stay tuned.
At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide employment for many and can be counted on to give back to our communities. Today and every day, we salute our small business owners, and we say thank you for the opportunity to provide advertising services to you. If you're a small business, call us at 465-2621 to join our family of small business advertisers. Call us 465-2621. You'll be glad you did.
Want to get away? The Uwali Beach Resort is calling your name. Whether you're dreaming of a romantic escape, a family adventure, or a peaceful retreat, Uwali has it all. Relax in comfort, enjoy fresh local and international cuisine, and soak up the sun on the best beach in Nevis. Take advantage of our staycation special, exclusively for citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis. Ready to book? Call us at 469-9735 or 662-9735. Email reservations@uwalibeach.com. And don't forget to use promo code ZIZ. Your escape starts now.
Nivision, out of here. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51, yeah. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51. Division pride, second to none. Culturama 51. Join us for the Caribbean's greatest summer lime, July 24th to August 5th. Lovely compliment. Let's go. Division pride, second to none. It's Culturama 51, yeah. Division pride,
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. For those of you who are just tuning in, I have in studio today Mr. Calvin St. Just, the Executive Chairman of the Citizenship by Investment Unit in St. Kitts and Nevis. And as I mentioned earlier, he's here to shed light on the newly approved public benefit option, the Client Referrals Affordable Homes Project, which is part of a broader initiative or effort to deliver real and tangible benefits for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis through the CBI, the Citizenship by Investment program. Mr. St. Just, I want to look at how the homes will be constructed and who they stand to benefit.
Yes, I may have touched on this a little earlier, but just let me double click on this. Most importantly, the investment, as we classify it, is and has been provided to our National Housing Corporation, and they will be the oversight corporation to ensure that this is managed. And they're going to be using our local project managers to ensure that these homes are constructed and these homes are delivered, but most importantly, leveraging local individuals here in St. Kitts and Nevis to ensure that the quality and efficiency of the homes are delivered most importantly. One of the things I would say was being very clear from the public benefactor, which is Client Referral, is to ensure that these homes can be long-lasting, and most importantly, that these homes are being built by local contractors and local employees and tradesmen. And the National Housing Corporation is ensuring that that's being done, and we at the Citizenship by Investment, having our independent consultants will be making sure that those things are executed appropriately. So, I think that's one of the key areas that we wanted to make sure that that's clear, because I always emphasize the aspect of public benefit option is really that the public must benefit, and not just at the tail end of the journey, which is the delivery of a home,
right,
but even at the beginning, where our local contractors, our local project managers, our local citizens will now have direct economic activities. And the homes, and actually construction has already begun. So I'm actually pleased that I'm speaking in the context of something that is already happening rather than something that is to be happened.
Let us look at construction and where the homes will be located.
So yes, so and let me just step back. The sectors where that has been identified has really been in three core areas, identified ideally by the National Housing Corporation. I prefer to use acronym, and it's
that's right.
And really in the areas that truly affordable homes will be a significant benefits. And the three locations is in St. Paul's that has been identified, obviously the capital of Bastia, certain sectors, and in Fig Tree sector. So those as of now have been the direct three sectors that has been identified.
What is the role of client referrals in this initiative?
Absolutely. So client referral, they're playing, I would say, two key parts. One as a traditional CBI investor, and they have been in the business for over 25 years, sort of Canadian base. I've met the principal individual for this company, and he has been in the industry and actually has been an architect around what we call investment migration, or the CBI industry in Canada for a number of years, and has lent not just his business experience, but also his knowledge on how the industries work. And so they act in that component as individuals who are providing this oversight, I should say, from a funding perspective, from a CBI standpoint. The second piece that they act as is almost as a philanthropic benefactor. The investor has been very clear, and not beyond just 25 years, but they've raised over $9 billion. They have over $9 billion. So they are capital rich. And beyond that, when we tend to hear these individuals, we tend to assume that they don't have the humanity side. And the principal individual has been very clear that these homes must be built to a quality, a standard that he himself can bring his family and showcase to his kids who have been very fortunate around what this investment has done. So it's a very different type of the traditional model, but I think he has sort of done well over the years, and so that's their role is obviously more, I said, the funding component. But the overarching oversight and delivery will be done by our statutory corporation, the National Housing Corporation, and their responsibility is to ensure that the execution and build and construction is by local contractors and local tradesmen here in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Awesome. Again, for those of you who are just tuning in, you're listening to The Edge, and we have in studio with us Mr. Calvin St. Just, the Executive Chairman of the Citizenship by Investment Unit here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Mr. St. Just, as we begin to wind down the conversation, how does this initiative reflect the overall direction of the Citizenship by Investment program?
Yes. What I would say is the Citizenship by Investment program, realistically, it's a catalyst to ensure that we attract the right investors into our program who can benefit around national growth and inclusivity of our individuals. As part of the agenda of the government here in St. Kitts and Nevis, we talk about the aspect of healthcare, we talk about the aspect of education, we talk about the aspect of infrastructure. But when you have the aspect of ensuring that individuals can benefit with this program, and realistically ensuring that we protect the program, our patronage, and individuals who align to ensuring that their investment delivers what has been architected as a public benefit option, that this is truly the direction we want to go towards. We want to go towards where we're not just saying it, we're delivering it. And I think this is one of the key areas that the team has been very clear on, directive from the government that our program must deliver. That's the key word. I think historically we would have seen a number of things and did not get completed, and now we are in the process of delivering. And it's over 100 to 150 homes. And the investor was very clear, not only that we're just going to have the investment, but they have also held us accountable to said, of the first 20 homes, we need to make sure that that's done. And so that is a very different paradigm shift where they are intimately involved in ensuring that these homes are delivered, but most importantly, that these homes are affordable. And the government has really put a flexible program in place where individuals will now have the opportunity to get access to these homes.
Awesome. You have been listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. For those of you who may have joined the conversation late, we had in studio with us today Mr. Calvin St. Just, the Executive Chairman of the Citizenship by Investment Unit here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And today he shed some light on the public benefit option the Client Referrals Affordable Homes Project. And this initiative is part of the government's broader efforts to deliver benefits to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Mr. St. Just, thank you so much for joining me on today's edition of The Edge, and I look forward to future conversations as it relates to the Citizenship by Investment Unit and this option. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Want to get away? The Nuwali Beach Resort is calling your name. Whether you're dreaming of a romantic escape, a family adventure, or a peaceful retreat, Uwali has it all. Relax in comfort, enjoy fresh local and international cuisine, and soak up the sun on the best beach in Nevis. Take advantage of our staycation special, exclusively for citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis. Ready to book? Call us at 469-9735 or 662-9735. Email reservations@uwalibeach.com. And don't forget to use promo code ZIZ. Your escape starts now.
Join us every Wednesday for In Focus, a weekly talk show produced by the St. Kitts Nevis Information Service, where we provide exclusives with key persons within the government and discuss pertinent, relevant, and interesting matters that affect us all. Tune in every Wednesday, live on ZIZ Radio and streamed live on Facebook at SKNIS Media and ZIZ Online. In Focus, your government, your business.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the big stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. We have some callers on the line. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Greetings. Thanks for your good morning greetings. Okay, you can hear as well. You got some good your line, groggy, but you can hear me too.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
All right. Well, give thanks to the sheriff. But July 23rd, so we want to say blessed Earth Day to Ethiopia's High Syrian Highness, that's Probably I, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, priceless blessing, forever and forever. Yeah, okay. We give thanks to that interview just now with that rep from the CBI. You know, the still line?
Yes.
Okay, let me go to the railway, the sideway. Because we didn't say, as I said, we give time, because we didn't say the kind of money was in circulation around here. And we not see it from the ground up. I mean, when we say the ground up, we mean specifically agriculture and the masses of the people. We up from them times there, since it's initiated up to our time, we ain't seen it. So we give thanks to this initiative. We give thanks. We truly give thanks because housing is a situation on here just like it is in other places. You see me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we did there with him still ask him two questions, but we can still pose the question. The first thing is, what is in it? What is in it, money-wise, the benefit for the investors within the scheme of things? We'd like to know that. Yes, sir. And the next thing he used the word local individuals. We don't like him to expound on that. That local individuals benefit from the housing. We don't like, just go more in depth in that. But give thanks. We have to say give thanks. We give thanks for that initiative, and it's going to fill a void because we don't say, the housing thing on here, even the landlessness. The mother work a cane field for years, but the scams go right through. The mother dead landless, and them things are not right, And we just say everyone should get from the birth to get a piece of land. Some people say it's not real, but I mean, we got land all over the place. Well, want to be inhabited. Monkeys are now coming into our zone looking for food because of our outlays. If we have enough space that we can create a space for the monkeys, plant for them, feed them, and people live in those areas that are not inhabited at this point in time. They are part of they're part of Sinkit. 6 square miles, they are part of it, not true. Leave it. So I think we should move to that kind of level, and houses can be here. We can the technology that is available right now within the earth, whether it's from the Chinese or whoever it is from, can make those places be inhabited by making the putting the right things in place, infrastructure, whatever.
All right.
What we have to do. Thanks to the time.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Devonne.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, I was wondering about the, I think you call it client referrals. I'm trying to figure out what is different about what is being done now and what was done in the past, where you essentially get a developer and they essentially get CBI, new CBI applications, and they build projects. What's different with how they're approaching it now? Because is it that the unit itself is going to be transferring funds directly to the National Housing Corporation to build these houses? Did you get that impression?
Good question. That is the impression that I got. So it appears as if the NHC will be collaborating with the CIU for this option in terms of the construction of the homes. In terms of the construction. And they're saying the NHC will be providing oversight. Right.
But then there seemed to be another level where there's another level of oversight. Is it coming from the unit itself or from the external, I don't know if it's consultant or investor or what it is. I just wasn't clear about it. And essentially what I wasn't clear about is what's different, let's say, from what was done in the past, let's say with the jail project, minus the underselling, of course, but with the jail project, what is different about this? That's the question. And for the ordinary person, I think they're not too interested in the details of how this come about. What they're going to be interested in is how much those houses are going to cost, and how are they going to be allocated, right? Who's going to be responsible for that? NHC? Is it, who determines what the criteria are for getting one of these homes? Those kinds of things are what the ordinary people, the ordinary beneficiaries of homes like that would really like to know. The cost and how is it determined who will get a home? What are the criteria involved? Is it single mothers, single parents? What is involved in that? That is what I think ordinary people would be concerned with. Okay.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. It's 11:45, and you're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio, 96.1 FM. Do we have a call on the line? Have a caller? Yeah, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hello? I think the person is... Yes, caller, good morning. You're on the air. Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. 465-1977 or 1903. Those are the numbers you call to contribute to the discussion. In the meantime, I want to share an update from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. We have a caller. Good morning.
Let the people pay for the project house them. Because some of them ain't paying for the house them, and some of them ain't paying the bank now, so they're going to make it hard for we. Have a blessed day.
All right, you too. So I wanted to share an update from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force regarding rumors that have been shared via social media surrounding the Janelica Romney case. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force strongly advises the public that Selwyn Pringle remains charged with the kidnapping, false imprisonment, and murder of Janelica Romney and is currently remanded at His Majesty's Prison pending trial. At no point have the charges against him been dropped, nor has he been released. We urge members of the public to exercise greater maturity and responsibility when sharing information, especially in matters as deeply sensitive and emotionally charged as this one. Spreading false and unfounded rumors not only undermines public confidence, but also inflicts additional pain on the grieving family and hinders the pursuit of justice. At a time like this, empathy, respect, and discernment must guide our actions and our words. Please verify information before sharing it and refrain from participating in the circulation of misinformation. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force Force's focus is unwavering justice for Janelica. Updates on the case will be provided through official channels as developments occur. We thank the public for its cooperation and support as we continue our efforts in the interests of truth and justice. Let's take this break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide employment for many and can be counted on to give back to our communities. Today and every day, we salute our small business owners and we say thank you for the opportunity to provide advertising services to you. If you're a small business, call us at 465-2621 to join our family of small business advertisers. Call us 465-2621. You'll be glad you did.
Tune in for Policing with You, a half-hour radio program every Thursday morning at 9:15 on ZIZ Radio. Join host as he focuses on crime, factors contributing to criminal activity, crime prevention, and how the community can assist the police in reducing crime. It's Policing with You every Thursday morning at 9:15 on ZIZ Radio. Join us.
Welcome back to the Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. You would notice that there was no program on Monday and Tuesday of this week. The Edge is currently on a break, but today we wanted to facilitate the chairman from the Citizenship by Investment Unit for a special interview, and it was also an interview without calls. So let me apologize for those of you who were trying to get in to pose your questions. And so the Edge will be back next week, Monday, all things being equal. It is 11:51, and you're listening to The Edge. We will take some more calls. Call us at 465-1903 or 1977 662-8674 to lend your voice to the conversation. The statement I just read from the police regarding rumors, I can't imagine why anyone would want to make up such a rumor with such a high-profile case like this. And as the police have rightly said, the case is deeply sensitive and emotionally charged, not just for immediate family members, but for people across St. Kitts and Nevis and others who have been paying attention. And so I want to join the police in encouraging you to verify information before you share it. We have a caller. Okay, we lost that one. The phone lines remain open. Call us here at the Edge, 465-1977 or 1903. Let us be in the business of verifying information before we share it. Please, we have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Okay. Yeah, well, thanks for the apology, because I was one trying to get in. I'm sure there's many others. Okay. What's the police is talking about now? What's the rumor that is circulating? Can you give us a hint?
Right. There were rumors suggesting that Selwyn Pringle, better known as Judge, has been released with regards to the kidnapping, false imprisonment, and murder of Janelica Romney, and the police have debunked that rumor. It is false.
Okay, he's not released. You see, police force. Sometimes a lot of information, police force mix up. Good cop and bad cop. Sometimes all the information come from inside of there and circulate. Whether it's intentional to cause mischief and mayhem, because them kind of bad apples in there, or whether it's to whatever. You hear me? So sometimes we have to suss out things and it's deeper than how it looks. So when they come with them things, them to investigate themselves. Police supposed to investigate themselves. I said no.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. We'll take one more call before we wrap up the conversation for today. It is 11:55 and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force is also seeking your assistance in locating Philip Jones. Philip Jones has been on the police's wanted list for murder since October 2024. His name and face have been made public since then, yet no one has come forward, and the police is calling on the public. To anyone, in a statement here, the police said, and I quote, "To anyone holding Philip's secret, we urge you sincerely to reconsider your stance, not in fear, but out of compassion. It is our fervent hope that none of you who are aiding or abetting this evasion of justice ever come to know the raw, searing pain of losing a loved one to such a vicious act. We are not asking you to take sides. We are asking you to take a stand for justice. Say something if you see something. Each one, reach one." A warrant exists for the arrest of Philip Jones for the offense of murder. A reward of up to 10,000 EC dollars is being offered for information leading to his apprehension. Anyone with information concerning his whereabouts is urged to contact the nearest police station or the violent crime unit at 662-3468 immediately. Your cooperation is immensely appreciated as we work to bring justice to all victims. All information provided is confidential, and that's a statement from the police released on July 20th. You've been listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Thank you so much for joining me on the program for today, and until next time, you guys stay safe and continue to enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. Have a good one.